name is Lorenzo. It is April 6, 2020, and we're going to get the day started. A couple of days ago, actually last week, I was talking about planning, and I was I got off track and want to talk about planning, but I want to get back to insurance. All right, talking about life insurance at the moment. Now, talked about term, talked about universal, talked about whole life. All right, and what the pros and cons of them are. Now, I really didn't get into talking about why you need insurance and the purpose of it. Okay. And there's many reasons for it. Okay, now at the end of the day, they all will provide a cash, a not a cash, but a death benefit. All right, the death benefit is what you choose to be paid out to your beneficiary. All right, a beneficiary can be a child, a mother, a daughter, a son, a uncle. It can be a institution of your choosing. It is anyone that you decide to leave the funds that you that you have agreed to be paid out at your death. All right. Now, usually it's a close loved one because a close loved one. All right. Now, the reasons why you want to get life insurance and to leave it behind for your family members is usually to take care of an expense. All right, or an asset that's going to or an asset. All right. Now, for example, you're single. Most people that are single usually don't get policies because they have nothing to leave it to, or they choose that. They say that. However, they don't realize that it is an asset to them. Insurance can be an asset. All right. For example, a whole life policy will be a great asset. All right, to them because they can use the cash value as they build up over time. Okay, a term policy is good to have just in case something happened, and you will want to get that because your mother may not be in a position to bury you. Your father or your siblings may not have anything that will assist you, and it's not their responsibility anyway. All right, so you want to be responsible to get a policy that was going to cover what your expectations of your burial is, all right, and it covered expenses. Now, another example is, say a single mother who has two children or three or just, one, all right? If something was to happen to her, you have to think about the child that's going to be left behind, okay? The child was going to need a nest egg to go to college, to just even live from the day to day, all right? Now, whoever takes the child, whether it be a relative or not, they're going to need funds for that child to be taken care of, all right? So it is very important that you leave enough to cover the child's graduation, college that you expect them to go to, as well as day-to-day funds, all right, if you establish the will appropriately. Those funds will follow that child no matter what, okay? Now, so you have more than one child, but you want to split the death benefit amongst those three children or two children, or if not more. Okay. Obviously, you want to be fair, the best of your ability. All right. Now, say that there's assets that are involved. Say that you own a house, or you've purchased a house, and you and your children are living there by yourself, and you know that the house is worth $100,000 during that time. Well, you would need enough of a life insurance to cover the cost of the house, to pay the house off, so that there's nothing to worry about for the child. The child's unable to work, and you don't want to change the child's environment, or it's just an asset left aside. If you have a spouse, it would be very important that both of you have life insurance policies on each other that are equal. Okay, so that if something happens to one of you, the spouse that's still alive can take care of the expenses of the house. They will not be rushed to go back to work, or the cars will be paid off. And not only that, usually what happens is one family member, one parent, wages usually cost more and covers the biggest burden. Okay, covers the most cost of the home or expenses, period. They cover the greatest burden of all the expenses. All right. So when that income is lost, the surviving parent is required to maintain, or is going to try to maintain, its current lifestyle, which usually they're unable to, and required to either downgrade from where they currently live, or have to sell off, basically, or downgrade, basically. Now, if you leave a life insurance policy that pays off those assets, all right, or those expenses, where you leave the surviving family member of surviving parent um, in a position where they can sustain their lifestyle with that money, as well as what they had, his or her own income. All right, so that's very important. That's the reason why you want to have life insurance. Now, I know that people are using GoFundMe as an option, which I don't currently I don't really support that, because you're relying on the charity of others to cover an expense that that you eventually will need in the future. I strongly encourage that that you plan for this matter. Okay. Life insurance, you can start out small. They're very reasonable policies that are out there, and you want to take control of your destiny. You want to know where you're going to be, and know where your children and how their lifestyle is going to be before you leave this earth. All right. So I hope that was I wasn't there wasn't too much, but that's currently what happens at this moment, these days, and you want to be prepared for it. So I believe a failure to plan is a plan to fail. All right. So let's step up our game. Let's be about our business, and let's do that. All right. Well, I won't keep you. Hope you have a wonderful day, and be blessed. Take care.